The Young and the Restless spoilers for December 23 to 27 focus on the true reason for this season. Yes, some of Genoa City's residents celebrate Christmas while others do their business. For example, Nate and Audra are in Los Angeles, where there's not a speck of snow in sight. They're on the hunt for Damian. This week on My and R, Victor reminds his loved ones about the true meaning of Christmas. He'll probably say that family is what the holidays are all about. Sometimes, his version of family is a little twisted. Much of the time, the implication is that when he says family, he means as long as they do what he says, when he says it, and how he says it. However, Victor does something quite surprising. He gives Victoria and Cole his blessing. This is unexpected, considering he has been anti-Cole since he helped Michael usher Jordan from his private jail cell to an actual prison. Let's see what Victor thinks when he finds out that Ian sprung Jordan from prison, and she's back in Genoa City, and they've teamed up. The Abbotts should feel lucky they made it to Christmas with their family intact. Not too long ago, it didn't seem like it would happen. Jack is in a giving mood as far as Kyle is concerned. Look for the father to give his son a special gift. It's not enough that Kyle got his old co-CEO job back, huh? What does Jack give him now? Meanwhile, Diane is tired of the world coming down on her. It's gotten so bad that Esther was nice to her. She even offered her Catherine Chancellor's words of wisdom. But now, for Christmas, if she can't finally get true forgiveness from her son, she's going to try something else. Diane wants to make amends with Jack's sisters, Ashley and Tracy. Good luck getting Ashley's forgiveness, Diane. You'll need it. Nate and Audra search for Damian. Nate is super close to finding his half-brother. He, Audra, and Amy jetted off to LA to the address Denise, the private detective, gave them. Is it going to be that easy? Or are Team Nate and Audra going to have to work their butts off to find him? Billy is desperately searching for an ally in his war against Victor. And he knows Phyllis is his best bet despite having turned down his invitations previously. She claims she's doing it because her kids wouldn't want her to hop on Billy's bandwagon. However, you know she wants to. It's inevitable. When Billy presents Phyllis with a tempting offer, will she finally accept? At the end of the week, Chelsea shares disturbing news with Adam. What's happening here, since we've barely seen Chelsea or Adam lately? Does this have anything to do with Ian, who's returned to wreak major havoc and disaster for the GC residents? Hey everyone, welcome back to Radiant Serum. I'm Aubrey, and I hope your day is shining bright. Thank you for joining me. Let's jump right into today's video. On the December 20 episode of The Young and the Restless, Tessa may have made a critical error. She met Ian at Society. He introduced himself as Warren Masters, a prison chaplain, and the singer-turned-restaurant manager fell almost immediately under Ian's spell. Here's how he did it. Maria once lived with Ian in his cult. The man has inspired many people to follow him throughout the years. Nikki was also a member, and Ian terrorized her. Because Ian never got to follow through with his plans for Mariah to become his wife, it seems he's back in Genoa City to rain terror again, and people don't even know what's about to hit them. After their encounter, Tessa even told Mariah about meeting Warren at Society. She had such a glowing review of him that she and Mariah speculated that perhaps Ian was a Christmas angel sent to help with a special miracle. Oh, if only that were the case. Instead of being an angel, Ian returned to his hotel room, where he met Jordan. The two continued refining their plan for those in Genoa City they want to get revenge on, and then they shared a kiss. There's no way Ian is an angel, and we fear that soon Tessa and Mariah, along with others in town, will soon know that they have a devil in their midst. Do you think that Tessa will be able to redeem herself after falling so quickly for Ian's charm? The Young and the Restless star Courtney Hope portrays Sally on the soap, and her character has had a lot of gigs over the past couple years. In real life, Hope has just taken on a new role. An Instagram post revealed the big news. This new gate of hopes is tied to something near and dear to her heart. The Breaking the Chains Foundation announced via its Instagram page that Hope is the organization's new vice president. Courtney has been with BTF for almost 6 years, the organization noted in the caption. Her passion, advocacy, creativity, integrity, intelligence, kindness, support, and leadership are truly remarkable, inspiring, and highly valued. The Breaking the Chains Foundation's mission is to use the power of art and expression to foster creativity, build connections, and create a community in which individuals can thrive. The foundation is also committed to the prevention of body-focused and mental well-being stigmas. As BTCF noted, Hope has a degree in psychology and one in nutrition and healthy living from Cornell University. The Y&R star has also earned certifications in piloxing, Pilates, cardio and personal training. In May 2023, Hope opened up about her involvement in the organization. She shared she began as a BTCF celebrity ambassador and later became a board member. Hope noted she has navigated her own mental health and eating disorder journeys in her personal life. The Y&R star said that as an artist, it's been amazing to connect with people through an organization that puts artistry and well-being issues together as BTCF does. In response to the announcement, Hope noted her enthusiasm for the new gig. In a comment on the Instagram post, she wrote, "I couldn't be more excited and honored. This foundation means so much to me, and I can't wait to get to integrate myself deeper and to expand our mission further." The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, December 23, put Victor front and center as he lectures all of Genoa City on the true meaning of Christmas, Newman style. Victor knows how everyone should live, and when they stray off the given path, he rains down fire and brimstone on them. Victor knows all. He is good, he is kind, he is benevolent, and he is here to teach everyone how to be just like him. This is why, come Christmas Day, Victor is there to encourage people to be generous to our fellow man, to eschew material things, and to not commit adultery. He stands in his newly redesigned luxury living room, surrounded by children from various affairs and relationships, and plots to destroy Jack, just like he should be at Christmas. We'll see what Claire, Victoria, Cole, and Nikki experience with Victor with the first Christmas at the newly rebuilt ranch. Lauren and Michael were planning on a quiet family celebration, but you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men? Anyway, can anyone really hope for a silent night when Phyllis is on the warpath? She told Daniel she was going to chill out. But how can she when someone, somewhere isn't doing everything they can to make Phyllis happy? Sharon's life has been a roller coaster ride for months now. She's been chatting with dead Cameron, she's been blacking out, and she's been thinking she committed murder and vehicular driving off the roadside. First, Sharon remembered that she wasn't responsible for Phyllis' accident. Then she recalled, under hypnosis, that she didn't kill Heather either, so it should be smooth sailing from then on, right? Not so fast, Sharon. Guess who's come a-knocking? Courtney Hope inspires her Instagram followers, so it was unsurprising when she shared some of her reflections about 2024. She also teased that more behind-the-scenes footage from The Young and the Restless will drop in 2025. It looks like Sally's life is going to get even more interesting. Hope posted a series of content on Instagram. Most of it was behind-the-scenes photos and videos from the set of Y&R. She shared tense moments from the daytime show and selfies with her cast members. She also shared photos from the daytime Emmys. Hope had drinks with fellow cast member Zulika Silver in one of the videos. Find out what Hope thinks of Sally's friendship with Audra. These two became besties in real life as well. Hope has a lot to be thankful for this year. She loves working with her friends. In her post, she also teased that more is to come. Sally will be front and center in 2025. Fans are loving this post. They flocked to the comment section to share their thoughts. One user wrote, "You are my therapist. I love you. A show with which we evolve psychologically." Another fan agreed, writing, "You have the best page. Love all the content you share. And yes, please, more bits of Y and R." Other fans took to the comment section to wish Hope a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. They're looking forward to seeing what's in store for her in the coming year. What would you like to see happen for Sally on Y and R? The Young and the Restless has dropped a new preview video for the upcoming week. Fans can expect to see Christmas spirits spreading through the town. Diane bonds with Jack's sisters, while Victor shares a sweet moment with Nikki. Also, watch out for Phyllis clashing with Lauren and Michael over their involvement with Sharon. Christmas is making its presence felt in GC in the upcoming episodes. The week of December 23 to 27 sees Diane spending some quality time with Ashley Abbott and Tracy Abbott. So it seems that Jack's sisters are finally warming up to her. She'll also raise a toast at society to celebrate the Abbott spirit of always rising above their troubles. The Young and the Restless preview video shows Victor Newman and Nikki Newman sharing a cute moment. However, Claire Grace and Cole Howard catch them in a lip lock. Claire teases her grandparents that they don't even need a mistletoe to start kissing. It's always nice to see Victor's gentler side. Across town, Phyllis has a huge clash with Lauren Fenmore. Red goes on and on about how Michael Baldwin has betrayed her by taking up Sharon Newman as his client. Lauren eventually loses her client and gives Phyllis a piece of her mind. Red also learns that some new memories have surfaced for Sharon after the hypnosis. But will she accept this turn of events? Will Phyllis be willing to see that Sharon could be innocent after all? Despite the building pressure, Sharon Newman manages to put the stressful trial out of her mind and lets the Christmas spirit to take over. The video shows her singing Christmas carols with Nick Newman, Faith, Maria, and Tessa at the cottage. The spoilers suggest that Sharon will have a blast, but their family time may get interrupted by Ian and Jordan's sinister schemes. The Young and the Restless spoilers tease that the holiday season in Genoa City is getting a lot brighter. The residents of Genoa City embrace their jolly spirits to make the most of this Xmas season. Everyone is dressed to the nines to either enjoy a home celebration or hit the lounge to shake their legs. However, our favorite characters are in for wild surprises, especially as the clock ticks closer to 2025. The Young and the Restless spoilers have dropped a series of dazzling snaps of Genoa City folks. Let's start with Victor and Nikki Newman, who turn heads with their classic charm and undeniable chemistry. The OG couple is standing by the embellished Christmas tree. Moreover, Jack and Diane Jenkins Abbott don real swanky outfits under the same roof. However, Divin and Abby steal the show with their complimentary indigo outfits. While some residents indulge in cozy celebrations, others are stepping out to party hard. It looks like a glitzy New Year's bash at the GCAC Jazz Lounge is what everyone needs. But what's a party without a real rock star? Christine and Danny look adorable, flashing the brightest smiles by a Happy New Year sign. Moreover, Michael and Lauren are giving power couple vibes with Mariah and Tessa radiating cuteness. But let's not be fooled by all the glitz and glamour. Phyllis posing alongside her adult kids, Summer and Daniel hint at some upcoming drama. The trio indeed looks very sus. What could be the reason? Ian and Jordan to hijack New Year's Eve? Maybe Phyllis can't stand Christine and Danny due to her rocky history with them. Well, the same goes for Michael and Lauren. Is the event heading for a juicy confrontation? We hope not. Across the town, Ian Ward and Jordan are marching towards their goal while staying low-key. According to Y and R spoilers, the dangerous duo has something planned for New Year's Eve. Could it be a kidnapping or a fatal stunt as the clock strikes midnight? Additionally, their sinister plans could sabotage the entire celebration. leaving everyone startled as 2025 begins. I'm just gonna say it. This past week, there were some dreadfully boring episodes, or portions of episodes, featuring talk, and more talk, and dry talk at that. I wondered if it was just me thinking that way, but quickly discovered that I wasn't alone. Legions of fans were complaining and, worse, fast-forwarding. Young and Restless has a significant issue on its hands here. For those not in the loop, this is referring to the scenes featuring a lot of Billy and Kyle complaining and a metric ton of discussion involving or about Claire. More on that later. Here's a sampling of posts on the matter. Circling back to the Claire problem, not only is the character being pushed to an astounding degree, but she's not even a realistic character. As I've complained many times, there's no way a person raised as she was would be so free of issues. As others have lamented, she's also being written like a teenage girl, which would be fine, except they want us to believe that this is the person that the thrice-married Kyle Abbott is dating. There have been way too many conversations about her new job, her doubts, her reflections about Harrison, the minutiae of her life. It's boring. That said, she remarked that her life is perfect, and she loves it, which is a sure sign that it's all about to collapse around her. I can't wait because we certainly can't go on like this much longer. Here's what Young and Restless viewers had to say. Don't look now, but there's a hole in your story. The Sharon/Heather/Ian/Jordan stuff is bringing pretty much the only drama, but even it has become frustrating. We finally got an explanation for Sharon's behavior, but we still have questions, such as, anyway, now that we know that Ian and Jordan are behind it all, and Sharon is starting to recover her memories, it should all be over soon, right? Wrong. We were promised lots of twists and turns in this plot, so it's not likely to be as straightforward as Sharon remembering that she saw Jordan in the apartment. It's a sure bet that Ian and Jordan will wreak a whole lot more havoc before they're caught, or they turn on each other. I wouldn't be surprised if they make an attempt on Sharon's life. Can you believe they're getting romantically involved now? I felt stirrings of emotion when Jack got misty-eyed over Dina, but I also feel like they're trotting out the flashbacks quite regularly to make viewers feel something. It's worth noting that the new material is not evoking the same response. I'm looking forward to meeting Nate's brother Damian. I hope he's a real pot stirrer. Billy plotting revenge on Victor this week just felt so incredibly tired. How is he not exhausted just living in his own skin? We've watched variations on the same plot for years with this character. I might actually be up for his revenge scheme if I thought he and Phyllis had a snowball's chance in hell of besting Victor. That would be something different at least. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates tease Sally Spectra is gradually allowing herself to be vulnerable with Billy Abbott. But could this be a misstep? While it's evident that Billy is drawn to Sally and has a knack for charming her, it raises the question, are they truly compatible for the long haul? The Young and the Restless spoilers. Billy Abbott's desire for revenge is strong. Billy's obsession with getting back at Victor Newman appears to overshadow all other aspects of his life at the moment. Once an idea like this takes root in his mind, it often becomes all-consuming. As a consequence, Billy might neglect Sally's needs in the weeks or months ahead. If he's not cautious, his self-centered motives could jeopardize his relationship with Sally. This concern is heightened if his friendship with Phyllis Summers starts to blur the lines into something more romantic again. Y&R spoilers. Phyllis Summers and Billy Abbott could surrender to temptation again. It's happened before. Phyllis and Billy might eventually give in to temptation, which opens up several avenues for Billy to disappoint Sally. Should that occur, it could pave the way for Sally to develop feelings for someone new, presenting her with an unexpected romantic opportunity. There are several intriguing scenarios that could steer Sally in a completely different direction. For instance, if Audra Charles and Nate Hastings encounter some challenges, it's possible that Sally could find herself romantically linked with Nate next. This twist could transform the dynamic between Audra and Sally from friendship to rivalry in no time. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Nate Hastings got a half-brother coming to town. Nate's half-brother, Damian, could also be a potential love interest for Sally. It sounds like when he does get to Genoa City, he might stay around. There's been some buzz about a possible relationship between Damian and Lily Winters, but nothing is confirmed yet, and besides, they'd be like family. Meanwhile, fans can't overlook Daniel Romalotti Jr., who will eventually need someone to help him move forward if he and Lily don't reconcile. Currently, Daniel is dealing with the loss of Heather Stevens, but a new romance will come for him in time. Could Sally be the one to fill that role? Only time will reveal the answer. Our predictions suggest that Billy might let Sally down, prompting her to seek affection elsewhere. Young and the Restless spoilers for Friday, December 20 promise some explosive moments as Genoa City heads into the weekend. Coming up on The Young and the Restless. A trap is set for someone, while a character is doing their best to stay strong, and someone is worried about a loved one's safety. What kind of drama is set to unravel on Friday? Time to dive right in. The Young and the Restless spoilers. A trap is set for Tessa Porter. E&R spoilers for Friday, December 20 note that a trap will be set for Tessa Porter. This has Ian Ward written all over it. After all, Ian did mention to Jordan that recently he was going to target Tessa, as she had no idea who he was. What will Ian do to Tessa, and could she wind up as another victim in his plan? Speaking of, Ian will suggest that Jordan isn't playing dirty enough during Friday's show. Does he realize who he is messing with? Y&R spoilers. Daniel Romalotti keeps up appearances. Across town, Y&R spoilers for Friday, December 20 suggest that Daniel Romalotti will keep up appearances for Lucy Romalotti's sake. The holidays are in full swing, their first Christmas without Heather Stevens, and it sounds like Daniel will do his best to ease Lucy's heartache during this difficult time. Lastly, Y&R spoilers for Friday hint that Nick Newman will worry about Sharon Newman in light of all the revelations she's had during hypnosis. After all, it's clear she did not run Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, down in her car, and she did not murder Heather after all. As he struggles to figure out who is framing Sharon and who tampered with her medication, how far will Nick go to keep her safe? The Young and the Restless spoilers suggest that Diane Abbott isn't exactly out of the woods just yet with her son, Kyle Abbott. The recent stunt she and Jack Abbott pulled triggered some unsettling childhood trauma for Kyle, reminding him of a time when his mom wasn't trustworthy. While Diane has seemingly changed since she arrived in Genoa City, it's hard not to think that with skepticism running high, someone in her past could surface, causing her to start at the beginning when it comes to earning the trust of Kyle and the rest of the Abbotts. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Damian is set to arrive soon. E&R spoilers remind fans that Diane was terrible back in the day. She faked her death and dabbled in a ton of illegal activity while in California, not to mention working with Jeremy Stark. While some of what she was up to has surfaced, there still might be secrets lingering in the shadows to be revealed. After all, she spent years under the radar and away from her Genoa City. Across town, Nate Hastings is desperately looking for his long-lost half-brother Damian, who seems to be frolicking in the same area where Diane once was, Los Angeles. La is a huge city, but in the land of soaps, Damian may likely know Diane at some point. Plus, Damian is quite a mystery to fans right now. While Avi Lewis is desperate to find her son, and she seems like a nice lady, this doesn't mean Damian will be a good person too. Y&R spoilers. Damian comes to GC with a secret. Could Damian's past or current storyline link to Diane's? It's no coincidence that she's dealing with a ton of mistrust from her son lately. and it would be timely for an unethical person from her time in LA to arrive in GC. Damian is set to debut in the new year. However, who he was playing was not released. Many have speculated that Owens will play Damian, so it's only a matter of time before fans learn if his half-brother is someone good or someone with a shady past. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal a preview clip has been released for the week of December 23, 2024. It shows Diane Jenkins Abbott trying to create allies. Lauren Fenmore Baldwin says too much to Phyllis Summers. Meanwhile, Claire Grace Newman and Cole Howard interrupts Victor Newman and Nikki Newman. The Young and the Restless spoilers, a very Newman Christmas. E&R spoilers for the week of December 23 reveal that the preview clip begins at the Newman residence. Claire and Cole come bursting in with presents in tow. However, Cole and Claire stop in their tracks when they interrupt a moment. As Nikki and Victor's lips part, Claire smiles widely. Claire teases Victor and Nikki about kissing without any mistletoe. With Jordan and Ian Ward on the loose in Genoa City, the Newman family's Christmas might not go as planned. During the week of December 23, Diane will try to smooth the damaged waters in the Abbott family. Diane can't do anything about Kyle Abbott yet. Diane can try to show her better self to the women in the Abbott family, though. Diane offers a toast to Tracy Abbott and Ashley Abbott. Diane says, "To overcoming challenges with courage and determination in true Abbott fashion." Tracy looks extremely wary while Ashley lifts her glass. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of December 23 reveal that the preview clip also shows Lauren and Phyllis having another confrontation. Phyllis clearly crashes Lauren's dinner date as she is seated with Michael Baldwin at a restaurant. As Phyllis stands at their table, Lauren gets fed up. Lauren raises her voice and says, "We will never stop caring about you, but there are things about this case against Sharon that you don't know about." That alone is blurting out too much, but Lauren can't take it back. That is when Phyllis demands to know all about this intel. The weekly preview clip also shows Sharon and Nick having a family celebration together. Sharon and Nick sing Christmas carols with Mariah Copeland, Tessa Porter, and Faith Newman. As they all squeeze on the couch together, Christmas stockings are seen in the background. One of them belongs to Noah Newman. While Sharon seems full of joy right now, there are more hits coming. Jordan and Ian are just getting started. At Crimson Lights, Phyllis tells Summer she has to do self-care in order to care for her loved ones. This Christmas is going to be brutal for Daniel. Summer can't even imagine what he and Lucy are going through. Suddenly, they get a text from Daniel asking them to come over. At Daniel's place, he struggles through his front door with a Christmas tree. He calls for Lucy, who is surprised. "I didn't think we were going to have one this year." Daniel knows that it might feel a little weird to do it, but he feels like it would be pretty awful not to. "Your mom's gone. That hurts. Nothing's going to change that. But she loved Christmas and decorating the tree. Lucy was always her helper with that, so he thought they could try and do it together. For Mom." Daniel tells Lucy they can put up the tree, make treats, and put on her grandpa's Christmas album. Lucy doesn't think she can do this. Daniel knows it will be hard, but he wants to try. Lucy says it feels wrong trying to have fun without her. Daniel argues that she'd want them to be happy. Lucy grimaces. Daniel will do the tree, and if she hates it when he's done, they'll throw it out. He won't be mad. If this helps them feel closer to her mom, right now, he could use that. Lucy admits she could too. Daniel asks her to put on music, and they'll see how this goes. At Sharon's place, Nick asks if she's okay. He offers to get Alan back there, but she says he's done enough. She has to piece the rest together in her mind. Michael urges her to talk about it while it's fresh. Sharon recaps that she and Heather were arguing. She kept badgering her and telling her she was out of her mind. She pushed her, but she got up and went the other way. "God, I felt a hand. I felt a hand touch me. Somebody else was there. Nick says that person is the one who killed Heather while Sharon was unconscious. Sharon marvels that the guilt was tearing her up inside. But maybe I was right all along. Jordan enters the motel room and removes her wig and jacket before pouring herself a stiff drink. She flashes to talking to Ian in the prison yard, complaining to him about Claire abandoning her for the Newman money. He asked her what she'd do if she could return to Genoa City. Jordan guesses he wants her to say she'll repent or make amends. He realizes that's not what's in her heart. Walking over to the window, Jordan continues her trip down memory lane. She remembers telling Ian that if she could go back to Genoa City, she'd want revenge, not forgiveness. He admits he didn't get rid of his anger, he embraced it. Jordan says to herself, I'll drink to that. At Society, Maria tells Tessa she was nervous about the hypnosis, but Sharon is actually remembering things. Who knows what she'll recall today? Tessa wonders who ran Phyllis off the road if it wasn't Sharon. Maria doesn't know, but it's a relief knowing it wasn't her mother. She's dying to know what Sharon will remember today. As they talk, Ian stands outside in his hat and glasses and watches them through the window. Maria wonders if Heather's death and the accident are connected. Tessa tells her she knows her mom as well as anyone can. None of this ever made any sense. They should hope for the best and pray for a Christmas miracle. Maria says she loves her and they kiss. Maria has to go and walks out. Ian creeps around the corner and parks himself at the bar by Tessa, who welcomes him to the restaurant. He grins, I think I love it here already. Ian crows that he's excited to try the food there. Tessa asks if he's new in town. He says he's visiting and introduces himself as Warren Masters. He says he's a chaplain in the state prison system. Tessa's interested and guesses it's very rewarding. He ruminates about helping a few folks find a higher purpose. At Sharon's place, Michael tells an angry Nick they can't take hypnosis and unconfirmed new recollections to the DA we need more. Nick wants to get Alan back there to learn the rest. Michael reminds him he warned not to push too far. It's a little too convenient for Sharon to just remember there was someone else in the room. Nick thinks the cops have to investigate this. The cops stopped looking into it when Sharon confessed. The cops better find the other person who was in the building that night. Sharon wonders who was in the apartment with her and Heather. Maybe they heard the shouting, or maybe they were in there already. Michael warns they need to focus on what they're sure of right now. Sharon feels so close to figuring it out. Who was in there with us, and why? Nick wonders if the person followed Sharon on purpose. In the motel room, Jordan flashes back to the prison yard as Ian told her he was at war with himself. He had to give himself radical acceptance, the freedom to feel again. He can't tell just anyone that, however. She thanks him for sharing with her. He knows he can trust her. She nods, you can. Jordan then asks him if he could go back to Genoa City and his enemies, would he go? He says he would punish all who harmed him and take back what is his. Does not God punish the wrongdoer? In the present, Jordan muses, I really shouldn't, but pours herself another drink. She flashes to Ian telling her he can find a way to fulfill her need for revenge and get her out of that cage. Real miracles can happen. She paces and muses, I'm still waiting for that miracle, Ian Ward. Tick-tock. Phyllis and Summer arrive at Daniel's apartment, where Christmas music is playing and the tree is half decorated. Lucy shows them her mom's snow globe from when she was a kid. Daniel needs help, and Summer teases that they have impeccable style, so he's come to the right place. They start bashing Daniel's ornament placement, and he exchanges a look with his mom and sister as Lucy gets up and starts fixing the tree. As the festivities continue, Phyllis tells Daniel that's the greatest tree ever. Lucy teases her dad. Daniel warns Summer that Harrison will one day be her biggest heckler. Summer will just remind him that she has Santa's direct line. Lucy recalls catching Heather with her hand in her stocking one year. Daniel tells her that her mom was stealing her candy. Lucy hopes she had everything she ever wanted. Phyllis says she did. She had you. Lucy says she would have loved this. Daniel's sure she does. Phyllis hugs her granddaughter. At society, Ian questions Tessa about the woman he saw her with. She says that was her wife, Mariah. She brags about their daughter, Aria, and shows him a photo. He says she's blessed, and Maria is as well. At Sharon's place, she, Nick, and Michael keep going over theories about the third person in the apartment. Nick wonders if the person followed Sharon. It could be the same one who messed with her medication. Michael says it could also be the person who ran Phyllis off the road. Sharon wonders who and how they will find them. Sharon can't remember if the person was beside her or behind her, but she remembers they were wearing a glove. She's unsure if it was a man or a woman. Michael will call Chance to get the ball rolling. I'll be in touch. Sharon thanks him. He tells her she's doing all the hard work. Once alone, Nick tells Sharon they're closer to making the charges go away. Sharon's scared that all they have to go on is vague memories. Until she knows this person is out there and can be caught, she can't get her hopes up. If she does, and it falls apart, she doesn't know if she can survive that. Ian rejoins Jordan at the motel, and they discuss their days at the penitentiary. She tells him he was full of surprises there. A man of the cloth who didn't demand she forgive and forget. He chuckles. It's not my style, baby. Jordan knows they have the same goals. I am grateful to you, Ian Ward. You set me free. Ian tells her that when he wants something, he goes right after it. She marvels that he found a woman willing to take her place. Ian says the woman needed help. She had an illness and has little time left on this earth. It was a way for her to financially help her family before she dies. Jordan thinks it takes real insight to predict how people will behave or react to any given situation. I have finally found a man I can admire, someone I can really trust. I've waited a lifetime for you, Ian Ward, and it's been worth every minute. Maria returns to society for her phone, which Tessa hands her. She mentions talking to a new customer, who is a minister. He was chatty, friendly, and upbeat. An angel who needs to get his wings. At Daniel's place, Lucy doesn't want Phyllis and Summer to leave yet. She wants to make a wish as they put on the final ornaments. Daniel prompts Summer to go first. Summer says this is a reminder for all of them to love and support each other extra this year, and for all the years to come. For Heather's sake. Lucy wishes for her mom to stay in her heart and guide her down the right path. She wishes to not forget what her voice sounded like when she told her she loved her. Daniel takes his turn and talks about Heather always seeing the best in people. His wish is to always lead with kindness and understanding. Finally, it's Phyllis' turn. She says Heather's death was a devastating loss. She hopes that Heather will rest in peace, knowing that her death didn't go unpunished. At Sharon's place, Nick tells her they're going to find who's responsible this, because it wasn't you. Sharon doesn't want to get her hopes up. Nick is sure she didn't do this. It never made sense. This changes everything, and it's not wishful thinking. It's the truth. They embrace. At society, Tessa goes on to Mariah about the prison chaplain. She says she showed him a photo of the three of them, and he said they were blessed. Maria thinks it sounds like the Reverend is a very wise man. At the motel, Ian tells Jordan he didn't expect this to happen at this point in his life. She's concerned about the police and the various busybodies. This has to go exactly as planned if it's to work out. Ian tells her they will get everything that they want. They kiss. The recent storyline of The Young and the Restless has been revolving around Heather Stevens' murder. The plot has also been examining the possibility of Sharon Newman's guilt or innocence in the case. Spoilers for Friday, December 20 hint that Sharon will finally realize that she is not guilty of Heather's murder. Though she did wrap up the body and dispose of it in the river, it might mean reduced charges for her in court. It remains to be seen what course of action Sharon and her attorney Michael will take in court now. Heather Stevens was suspiciously murdered on the Young and the Restless. Heather got into a physical altercation with Sharon when she discovered the angry woman breaking into the Romalotti house. Plagued by hallucinations and unresolved anger against Daniel, Sharon lashed out against Heather. During their fight, Sharon blacked out suddenly and remained unconscious for a while. Unfortunately, she woke to find Heather with a severe head injury, lying in a pool of blood. Sharon soon realized that Heather was dead and panicked, thinking that she had killed the latter. Sharon cleaned the blood from the scene, hid the incriminating towels and clothes in one of Daniel's cabinets, and pushed Heather's wrapped body into the nearby river. Later, when Detective Chance Chancellor came to investigate, Daniel was arrested as a significant amount of evidence was discovered in his house. After this, Daniel's mother Phyllis started suspecting Sharon's guilt in the matter. Phyllis was convinced that Sharon was the one who killed Heather and was pinning the blame on Daniel as some form of revenge. Phyllis started relentlessly pursuing Sharon, trying to get a confession from her and crafting a text message for the two to meet. Before this meeting could take place, Phyllis got into a car crash that left her in a brief coma. After gaining consciousness, Phyllis remembered that the vehicle that had crashed into her was a truck, but she continued to be wary of Sharon. On the other hand, Sharon thought she was also responsible for Phyllis' accident. Guilty and scared, she confessed everything about her blackouts and her situation with Heather to her ex Nick Newman. Nick took Sharon's side, got her a lawyer, and even sent her medication for a toxicology report. When the report came back with the results that the medication had indeed been laced with PCP that caused her hallucinations, Sharon decided to take up hypnosis so she could finally get to the bottom of the matter. Spoilers now indicate that she shall find out the truth about whether or not she killed Heather. Phyllis had awoken from her coma in total shock. While she was asleep, her best friend, Michael, had betrayed her by becoming Sharon's attorney, and therefore, he was representing the woman who Phyllis believed had tried to kill her. Michael defended his decision fiercely and thought that Phyllis would get over it, but he couldn't have been more mistaken. After several run-ins, they called an end to their friendship. When Phyllis sees Michael and Lauren at society after coming from Daniel's, it's a little much for her heart. Helping her family grieve without Heather, and knowing that Sharon confessed to her murder, Phyllis is emotional when they don't understand why she is so hurt and wonders how they couldn't care. Upset, Lauren tells Phyllis, "We will never, ever stop caring about you. But there are things about this case against Sharon that you don't know about." Phyllis demands to know. She sits down so Lauren can explain, but will she listen? Can Lauren share enough information that Phyllis is willing to forgive her best friends? Or will the news that Sharon might not be guilty after all be too much for Phyllis to hear? Meanwhile, Sharon finally feels hopeful. She is remembering things about the night that Heather died that prove, at least to herself and her loved ones, that she wasn't a cold-blooded murderer. While the legal issues will take some time, Sharon is grateful that she has a family that loves her and believes in her. Nick, Maria, and Tessa come over to help decorate the tree and celebrate. Together, the family laughs and sings "Deck the Halls Together." At the main house, Cole and Claire come bearing gifts. After catching Nikki and Victor kissing by the tree, Nikki opens her present to find a large framed photo of her, Victor, Victoria, Cole, and Claire. She places it on the piano near the tree. Will Victor love having a reminder that Cole defied his wishes and is now a bona fide member of the family? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.